Here in the southwest of England, we're privileged to live in one of the most attractive and most interesting parts of Europe. The South West of England Regional Development Agency looks to welcome new businesses to the region and also to promote business success for those who already live here. Our most important role is to ensure the long-term economic success of the region as a whole. Our activities focus on gathering and sharing the best intelligence for the benefit of everyone in the region and promoting the South West, both in the UK and abroad.
So what are the key messages as far as the regional economic strategy is concerned? Principally, it's about how we manage our growth, but in the context of delivering those to environmental limits, because we must look after our greatest asset. And the other, I suppose, the other principal driver has to be that of sustainability, because if what we invest in isn't there for the long term, then it will only have limited value. And I think we have to make sure that we take our decisions on that basis. And finally, I think we need to become much better communicators than we have been. This region is well known for the quality of its partnerships, but there are other partnerships to be forged. And I think that also is our responsibility.
We try and support business in a number of different ways. Clearly skills are an important part of that. And we work with other key stakeholders to make sure that a whole raft of skills are provided to meet industry's needs. So we're looking at high-end R&D, but we're also looking at sort of a range of skills to make sure that businesses remain competitive. We're also committed to making sure that the infrastructure is in place, and the RDA attempts to coordinate and pull together other stakeholders to make sure that businesses' needs are addressed.
Many companies attracted by the region's impressive business credentials will have made the move here from elsewhere in the UK or from overseas. South West England is a hotbed for the creative industries, with over 10,000 businesses ranging from the traditional TV production companies, 3D animators, web designers and digital media creators, through to interactive studio facilities and graphic designers, all of whom are finding their feet and their futures here.
Like all filmmaking, it's a very collaborative effort, but as soon as you have the idea and you know it's going to run, it's just a field day really, you can't stop. When you have an idea, it just kind of sparks off in lots of directions. I also feel very lucky that it's a creative environment, but always lots of encouragement to be creative, and if you have a talent to use it, and in whatever way, was always the kind of atmosphere.
Well, we've been in Bristol for, as I say, about 30 years. I think we would have been a very different company had we stayed in London where we were brought up. The benefits now are there's quite a big pool of committed animation skilled labour, good contact network, a real hub. A lot of our work actually is for London, New York or indeed LA. But the contact network that's here, it does have an international outlook, I think. Bristol is a fairly outlooking place. And a lot of the outfits that we work with here, or know here, work on the international scene. Animation, filmmaking and indeed television is, you are in the international field, whether you like it or not. You're competing against people from all over the world. And I think that's what we found, was that our colleagues in the other parts of the industry do very much have an international feel. Well, over the years we've picked up quite a few awards. I think it's 4 Oscars and quite a few BAFTAs and a lot of other things. Yes, because you get a lot of press around the big awards. The Oscars and the BAFTAs get quite a lot of press. And that certainly helps put Bristol on the map.
Picochip is a British venture-backed startup. We make chips for the next generation of wireless, 3G and the things that come after 3G. If you want to do semiconductors, then the best place in Europe is Bristol. There are more chip designers in the Bristol area than anywhere else in Europe. If you want to do wireless, then Swindon with Vodafone, Motorola, Lucent is a key technology hub. We make chips for wireless, so we wanted to be in the middle of those two. The best place imaginable for a next generation wireless company to be based. Access to the latest communications technology is critical for what we do, and it's something that Bath, despite the old world atmosphere, there is actually a good underlying modern communications infrastructure.
24 of one of the fastest growing media groups in the UK. 24 started in Plymouth back in 1987-88. We've always played on a national and international scale, and in today's environment, location isn't important. It's actually, delivering customer requirements and excelling at delivering those requirements, which are key. And I think that's why we've been so successful, the fact that we've always focused on delivering what a customer requires, but we have the advantage of the lifestyle that the South West gives us. We're growing phenomenally fast, and that growth is really coming through new channels of communication like mobile, like PDAs, but focusing on our key strengths. We can make great programming and we deliver it over digital platforms, and that's what we always focus on. And we're so lucky to have a base down in Plymouth and the lifestyle that we have down in Plymouth, and I think that's a key element for us in going forward. Don't forget our roots, but build on the success that we've had and then just grow for the future.
Where better to run a business than from a region which is well connected, that inspires freedom of thought and features the most abundant beauty. Together, these provide an unparalleled opportunity to achieve a true work-life balance.